Going live.
Hello again. Big announcement in just a second, but I'm very excited, you guys. Our very first visual aid.
Ooh.
Huh?
Hey, good.
You seen this going around your social media feed? We're going to talk about that one today. Are you laughing or are you angry? We'll
Wonder
soon
where
find out.
Brian is.
Awesome.
I wonder. Awesome.
Dashingly handsome. All that to say, though, we were running a contest all morning with our friends at Ravi Zacharias International Ministries, because coming up on August 9th and 10th, I wrote it down because I can't possibly remember anything without writing it down. They have their big Remind conference featuring like Sanj Kalra, Abdu Murray, RCIM scholars.
Dr. Julie Slattery.
And then we've been all morning trying to be hip and happening for the kids.
Yeah, 116. No?
Stop.
Uno seis.
Christian hip hop artist, hip hop rap.
Hip hop / rap, but he doesn't want to be labeled that way. But he raps about Jesus
stop
and
while
all
you're
that.
at it.
It's really
Andy Mineo is
the
going to be
kids
there.
are like, you don't have to tell us stop.
Andy Mineo. Ask your kids, your grandkids, they love him. Andy Mineo. So we did a contest today on the show. And we have a winner. Drum roll.
Tanya in North Ridgeville.
Yeah.
I did it right this time.
Nice job. We're going to reach out to you. If you're Tanya in North Ridgeville, you wonder if you won, we'll reach out to you. But congratulations. You got to listen to the live show for this stuff. Now back to the mom jeans. So, go easy on me.
Yeah, please, because he holds on to his views.
Go easy on me, okay? But we got to talk about this. It's going all over the internet. So this is a decorative plate that was sold at Macy's. So picture, the plate you put up on the wall, okay? So you got your portion size for skinny jeans, portion size for favorite jeans, and then is almost as large as the plate itself, portion size. I'm laughing. For mom jeans. Not laughing. Very serious.
He thought
On
it
the
was really
inside,
funny
though.
this
Rob's
morning.
laughing. So here's the scoop. Somebody's walking to Macy's, they see this, and they literally tweet one sentence. How can I get all these plates from Macy's banned in all 50 states? And later that day, it was all over. Macy's yanked them and apologized. One of my questions is, like, really? I mean, I know body image is an important issue, but I could picture moms hanging out laughing at this.
No, this is very public. This means a bunch of guys in the boardroom made these plates.
Here you go. You don't know that there's guys in the board.
means people are walking down Macy's and seeing that and laughing at my mom jeans. That's what it means. It's different when you're with
Listen.
your girls.
Listen,
It's different.
does this say Janelle's plate on it? No one's laughing at your jeans.
I'm trying to look out for the people that disagree with this, and I understand. I know where you come from. It don't bother me though, to be honest. First, I want to say what's up and good morning to Jeffrey,
Yeah.
Mike,
Michelle's
Michelle.
back.
Love when you come. Jane, you're joining us early in the session. David, good morning. And Jane says it's a joke. Get over it.
But I mean, it took a matter of like hours for Macy's to cower away in fear and apology from a plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's
An
crazy.
hour? That's crazy.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
60 minutes.
Let's get Janelle together with a group of homeschool moms. You're having your Starbucks coffee. Somebody brings up the mom plate. You look at it. Are you all going to start crying or are you going to start laughing? I know you don't cry. But
The people that I hang out with would laugh. We just laugh. Like, it's not that deep. You know what it is, though? Somebody and I'm going to find it in a second. Somebody said, which goes with what you're saying, PC is destroying us. Where are the great comedians that no one was off limits? We're being destroyed by politics. I do not agree. And this part is interesting. This person says, the theory is if one is offended, all are offended, which is what you said.
yes, if one person gets offended, suddenly we're like, oh, I guess I should be offended. And then we're in this, like, it seems like we're all walking around looking for something to ban all the time. A person or a thing needs to be banned
Yeah.
or fired or broken or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. But when we're Christians, so this is not, well, I get PC and all that. We're family now. Should we find this kind of stuff funny? Like, if it's not the plate, when should we say, yo, like, there has to be, because he said off limits. No, we're Christians. There has to be a limit. Where's the limit?
Well,
You're laughing at people.
Dr. Rydelnik today said that the verse on coarse jesting, that you shouldn't do it, refers to vulgarity. He thinks Christians should laugh a lot more. He laughs a lot. He tells jokes.
And he's good at it.
He's
good
good
at
quite
it, yeah.
good. I would argue this is not vulgar.
No.
No.
It's not vulgar.
Not at all.
No, it's not vulgar. It's not vulgar, but my kids
So therefore it's not
do
coarse
not
jesting.
use vulgarity, and there have been jokes that I've looked at them and said, really, do you think they find this funny? Even if the other person never hears the joke. I have no tolerance to, let's say, laughing at, I don't know, somebody with a big
Developmentally
nose.
disabled.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah, developmentally disabled. There's some things that are not vulgarity that are not funny as a Christian, even if
Yeah.
the person never hears it. So that's what I'm trying to say. You know what it is? I recently had an exchange with someone, with a person. I was trying to referee. It wasn't my kids. And one person says, you know what? It's just that you're sensitive. And I was like, really? Like, how about maybe I should just approach you differently? You don't think, like, there comes a point where we should say, no, that's too far. No, that's not funny. As Christians, if that's what we're asking.
Oh, no, there definitely is a point. Like, let's just say this plate had a picture on it of a person who did not give consent to have their picture. Think meme. Think like people of Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like you pick a person and you make fun of
Yeah.
them. It's not funny. But this is a decorative plate that I think goes along in the kitchen with all the other funny, acceptable mom jokes. Like,
Yeah.
when you're in mom's kitchen, I don't know any of them. Get out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what
You
you're saying.
know, all moms put those cutesy little phrases
Yeah.
in there.
Hi, Sheila. Good morning. Hi, David. David says, Brian is correct. Those are like, that's like music to his ears, David. So way to look out for Brian.
But see, we live in a society now where I feel nervous talking about this because we're pressured in society to be offended by this. And if we come out and say, come on, guys, it's a little funny, suddenly we're the worst thing ever. Someone's going to say, ban Brian.
No, yeah.
Right?
Get him fired. Moody. Mike says the limit is, Ron, what do you think? The limit is when it's mean intentions or Jesus is put down and denigrated. So when it's mean. But mean is relative.
True.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and I was going to say when it's personal, but there are those like the developmentally disabled jokes that we said is just wrong all across the board, whether you're naming a person specifically or not. Racist jokes, even if I don't say a specific person, by making fun of a race, it's wrong.
Right.
So there are some that are
Interesting.
more generic or more broadband, I guess, and some that are more specific.
Well, because there is that unwritten rule, right? That you could tell a Dominican joke, but I can't.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you follow
But,
me?
okay.
So does that apply to gender? So women can laugh at this, but men
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
So then why do women laugh at
If
men
we
so
were
much?
in a group of people, we know enough sense not to make fun of overweight people. But I've seen people that are overweight crack jokes. And it's like, haha. Like,
Yeah.
so it's not just
Chris
race
Farley.
and nationality. Right. Like, it's, yeah.
So there
haha.
are rules like that. Okay,
Comedians.
then help me with this, because I don't like double standards.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, yes, that is how it works. Because even if you're overweight, if you say an overweight joke, other people may not, like other overweight people may not find it funny. So there might be something wrong
I
with
get it, but we're saying there's boundaries, right? So with that thesis, therefore women can laugh at this, men can't. Right? Isn't that the thesis applied?
I guess, yeah.
So if that's the case, help me out. Why is it okay for men to be the punchline of women's jokes?
Ooh.
Why are we? It's like I got 5 kids, 4 children, and my husband.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that one.
No, but it's funny. It's acceptable.
But
Yeah,
it
it is
fits so
acceptable.
often. I think that's part of it.
Ron Eastwood.
So,
How come you don't have a problem with him saying
okay,
that though?
so let's
Oh,
work with
if
this.
I would have said that, you would have fell off your chair. Wow.
But no, okay. But in all seriousness, though, let's work with this. That's funny because it's true. You're saying.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going. Is
Yeah,
this true?
Oh, I see. Yes.
So it's funny.
But we run into
You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
the whole modern day body shaming thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
that of late has become. I mean, it's always been a sensitivity, especially among women, because
Yes.
they
they feel forced into a certain mold.
Here we go.
So
Rob in the house. You my brother. Come over here.
Look at
He
look at
said,
Michelle. Michelle.
Rob,
Ooh, yeah,
a
Michelle.
man, Rob said, because men have spent years demeaning women.
True.
Demeaning women. That's a man telling you. Like, maybe that's, now we're Christians, so it's not like, oh, tit for tat. I get it. But he's explaining in society that's why it's kind of more allowed now.
And I just did you give him a high five or smack him in
Plus,
the face?
men are coming. Men are coming from more of a privileged position, I think, in terms of in society, like women coming out of this whole. I know feminist movement has a bad rap, but I'm saying it's partly good that women are in the workplace, they're being more respected. You got the hashtag Me Too, all of that. So being from like a man, historically speaking, and more privileged, it is kind of more bullying to make fun of women. Historically speaking, kind of like what Rob was saying. Come on, Brian.
So
Let's be
I
objective.
think perhaps if we're going to understand Brian's sensitive ego here. Yes, I said I have one. Sensitive ego. So I don't like double standards, and I have yet to have many women acknowledge this exists. The reason this bothers me is that it's funny to make fun of men in sitcoms, in society, in church. It's funny. But a true thing about moms is not funny. That's a double standard.
No, you know what it is?
Double standard. No, it is a double
It is
standard.
Tank's great point. So we're okay now. It's our turn. We're now just justifying double standards. It's wrong. Well, when I expressed it and when Rob expressed it, I don't think we're saying it's okay. It's explaining on this is why. Now, whether or not it's okay, that's another conversation. My issue with the mom joke and what I've told my kids, because they do this rap battle thing all the time, and it's a battle. Like, they're like making fun of each other. And so when it gets like to stuff that's true, like, and things you can't do anything about,
Yeah.
like what you look like, I'm always like, can you guys like not go there?
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
I
Yeah.
know that some of the most crushing things that a person carries all their life comes from siblings or family. And so it's one thing to make fun of the dad. It's stuff you can change. Like, don't be a goof, and then you won't be a
Can't change
punchline.
this?
You can.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say, like, I love...
You asked it. There's
like, there's like a picture online where it's like 10 different women, and they all weigh about 160 pounds, and they all look different sizes.
Yeah, and they're all beautiful.
But that's just, it is, society says there's one perfect body type, one perfect image. And that's what gets me about the plate, is kind of just saying like, oh, like, if you have to fit into this scenario of what a woman is, or what a woman should be. But obviously all women are sized differently, and I think that's just genetics. That can be just, I can't change my frame. The frame of my body is
Tamara
what it
just said
always
that,
will
too.
be.
Tamara's
great
agreeing with you.
point,
Yeah.
Tamar.
But see, I think women are harder on each other and on themselves about their looks than men are hard on women.
Thanks, Brian. You're not alone. I got your back.
But now, okay, help me out though. I'm not advocating for stop making men a punchline. Like, I watched King of Queens, and Doug Heffernan is a riot. I've watched Everybody Loves Raymond. It's hilarious. All I'm saying is, why can't we just all laugh here? It's supposed to be funny. It's not making fun of a particular person.
Okay.
It's not making fun of you. If we can laugh at dads, let's just laugh at moms and all move on with our life.
Okay, I got that, and I actually find the play funny, and my husband has said stuff to me along those lines, and we have laughed, and that's the culture. But one of the things as a family and as an individual that we try to be mindful of, it's not black and white. It's not have a humor and just laugh, or not have humor. There's the in between. How far can we go without hurting people's feelings? That's what we're trying to figure out. That's the complexity of
Yes, and as somebody brought up, by the way, Lance saying I'm right on this one. Thank you, Lance. It's true.
And he's an English major,
So he
mad
knows.
smart. Hello.
I already lost my point. Sorry, it's totally. I was so distracted by being right that I just forgot.
Rob says, read the sign again. Biologically, men carry more weight than women. So how does this fit moms and moms' genes? Women are held to a higher body standard.
It's true.
Unfortunately.
I think they are.
That's the thing. And that joke is pushing a message that's already like all messed up.
But here's the deal,
and
though.
messed women up.
But here's the deal. I would venture to guess, like, the dads who look at this think the mom in their life, like their wife is beautiful. It's not a description of beauty or not beauty. Fact. True or false, having a child changes your body.
Yes, it does.
Does that make it not beautiful?
It doesn't. But do you agree that in society, the standards of beauty and what's pushed and what's called sexy is not what a mom ends up looking like?
I'm worried
it's
about.
not.
I'm
and
worried
it's
about
making
Christian
women
men.
walk. No, even Christian men.
Christian
let
men
me break
think
it
mom
to
is
you.
beautiful.
No, that is not
jeans.
true.
No.
Right,
that
Ron?
is not
Amen.
true.
Mom's
That's
beautiful.
not true. Mary
My baby's beautiful.
Mary says physical training is of some importance, but godliness has eternal value.
Yeah.
Jamie Hicks says mom jeans were ugly, still ugly. Who in the world came up with jeans that made our second stomach look like a kangaroo pump and our bottoms look like long, flat washboards?
I didn't say that.
You're awesome.
Oh, Jamie.
Miss Anita, my mom is tuning in. She's saying insecurities bring all kinds of sensitivities, and it makes us vulnerable.
Yes,
and I
but-
think that's the thing. It's making women are already insecure on these things.
But then humor has to be eliminated, because humor is a commentary of true things given in an unconventional way. Most comedians you listen to, they're laughing at themselves, at society, at culture.
Yeah.
That's humor. So in order to make that work, you got to understand, somebody will be offended by every joke. Somebody.
So there is no line. Basically, you're subscribing.
I'm
to
not
the fact-
saying that, but
Where's
I'm saying
the
we got to be
line?
careful drawing lines too, because if we start drawing lines, suddenly
You're limiting.
we
Speech
can't have
and-
any humor. Because if the litmus test is whether someone's hurt by it or offended by it, there's no more jokes, right?
Yeah.
So then what is the standard? I think coarse jesting is easy, but again, Michael said that's vulgar. This is not vulgar. This is not vulgar.
And it's definitely different. A female can crack a joke about other females or the population of females, and it'll be hilarious. And a dude get up there and say the same thing, and he's going to get booed off the stage, and everyone will hate him.
That's what it is.
Although
It has to come from that group, from
From within.
self-deprecating. You're saying.
I think Jim
That's
Gaffigan
when
would get
it's
big
funny.
laughs at this. Guy's got a
Oh,
bunch
I
of
don't
kids and a wife talking about mom jeans. I've heard.
Oh,
plenty of
thanks.
that.
Oh, why is humor talking about people?
I don't know, Tanks. Stop. Leave me alone.
No.
Want to see what Mike said? What's up, Mike? Agree, Brian. Mommy's bodies are beautiful. Preach, Mike.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why you think this is offensive. It's beautiful is on the outside, right there. I'm stretching a bit here.
David agrees with a lot of what people have been
the
saying
jeans.
on the article. The article is posted below when you, if you want to read it later on Facebook.
Don't ban me, please.
He says political correctness in today's world is just too much. Someone said on the comments below, it's the mom jeans that's absolutely insulting and continuing to let us women know our bodies will never be the same. It could have been skinny, favorite, and not favorite. That's what she said instead. Julie says the plate is meant to be a joke.
Look at Michelle. Michelle is preaching today.
Yeah, Michelle.
Go ahead, read it.
I like that. We need to empower women. If we gals are feeling persecuted, maybe the problem is our own, not from humor. I love a good joke, and I'm totally happy with who God made me.
All right.
I am very much about empowering, but I'm also very mindful that not all women are empowered. So not
Yes.
all women. I can
Yeah.
walk around saying, I don't care what people say about me, but I have to know there are women that do, that are not in my position.
And I
You see,
think that's
That
the
go
key.
home.
That's the
Those
key.
same women could laugh at the joke and go home and struggle with eating disorders.
And that's not
We
okay.
have to care about that.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true.
But it's like you said, what are you going to do? Care about everything? But
But we've talked about this before too. This fact: men get frustrated because their wives don't believe them when we tell them they're beautiful. So why are you listening? Why are women listening to society and not the men in their lives who love them and think they're beautiful?
because society speaks louder, the voices are louder.
Why do you let them speak louder? Why does it matter what secular people think about your body? Shouldn't it matter what your father, your
Because
friend,
it
your uncle, your
influences
husband think?
it influences the
Yeah.
Christian men. There are men in the church, and you need to be honest. You can say, no, it's beauty, and you're it's not what society says. But then when you're watching a TV or when you're walking on the street and you mention certain things, you show what you really believe, and that's what I see in the Christian church. Men really don't like when it comes out. It's really not. Beauty is deceitful, and it's about a woman that fears the Lord. It's really not about that. Christian men are influenced by society standards.
Charm is deceitful, beauty is vain.
Eso mismo, lo que él dijo.
What? No, I think that
Yes,
are there
charm.
Christian men where that's the case? Yeah, but maybe Ron has a different experience. But any Christian guy I've encountered who loves the Lord does not think or talk like that. They may have lustful struggles in their life, but they love their wife. They think she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, this is an issue maybe of not listening to the right people.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for women because of this whole bikini movement, and I'm thinking, I don't want to go flaunting all my gorgeousness with
You're beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
with
Ron's
men's
beautiful.
suits, and the styles for women. I'm like, oh man, there's nowhere to hide in that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I feel bad.
Montina, what's up? You're our new friend. She says, I wonder if we're super sensitive. You have to learn to laugh at yourself sometime because truth is we must learn how to bring those negative thoughts under subjection.
Yeah.
Carla, I haven't seen you in a while. So maybe, she says, so maybe we need to help people get to a healthy place where all the jokes and comments are not so impactful.
Yeah, maybe.
Tanks is saying, he keeps saying, why is it okay to make fun of people? He says, the Bible says our speech should build up and not break down. So that is the standard.
Then there's no humor.
Yeah, you'd really struggle to find humor that didn't have a negative.
And again,
Yeah.
if this said Janelle Neville's plate, okay, that's offensive because it's making fun of you. This is not making fun of a particular person. This is a comedian making a commentary on truth in society that they think is worth laughing at and funny. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Like, I think there is something to say in that. And I got to remember what Dr. Rydelnik was talking about with humor too. Remember, like, humor is an important thing. He even talked about a situation where somebody said to him while he was witnessing to him having coffee, they said, I don't want to become one of those born-againers.
Mm-hmm.
Did he stop and go, wait a minute, I'm a born-againer. I'm offended by that. No, what he said was, okay. And he kept going. And the person came back later and said, you tricked me. I'm born again. He let stuff go. He talked about this. We need to just lighten up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Stop getting so bent out of shape about things. Stop thinking we have to fight every battle. Worry about your own sin and just kind of calm down a little bit.
Brandon says, being secure in yourself is the key. If you love yourself like God has loved you, who could care less what others think? I used to be 630 pounds, and now I weigh 270
Wow.
pounds. Good job.
My goodness.
I have lost 360 pounds, and I love myself. I don't care what others have to say. In this world, you have to learn how to love yourself and not let others impact your own thoughts.
Yeah, that is a huge accomplishment,
That's
bro. How did you do
awesome,
that?
Brandon.
Now, just for the record, Pastor Tanks has gotten the label now of top fan, didn't he? If you scroll up.
Wow.
He has, but he keeps asking you a question, and
No.
now that he's a top fan, he should get an answer. He's asked it like 4 times.
Being a top fan gives you no privileges whatsoever from this show. You only get that label for a season, and you're now officially out of Team Brian for asking that question, Pastor Tanks.
Oh my.
Until you be nice to me again.
Ejected.
Why is humor laughing at people? I don't know. But I enjoy self-deprecating humor, and I think it's funny.
I think it's funny.
Laugh with people at me.
Okay, what you can handle, again, is different to what other people can handle. And this whole thing of, like I'm thinking about my kids. I always tell them, like, they've said stuff to my daughters about silly stuff that a brother would say, like, you need to stop, that's your third pizza, you're going to get fat. That's funny to your other brother. I've told them, y'all need to, she's only 7, but I'm trying to make them mindful. The way she receives it is different. You don't think like her. I'm trying to tell them, this is how women think, and this is what can happen, and you love her. So what I'm saying is we can't just say, well, I would take it this way, so everybody else does. You have to know not everybody else is in your place. So even as a man, you wouldn't go up to your wife and say certain jokes because you would know she's not another dude. Women take things differently.
Well, yeah, sure.
So now we can't define jokes based on how we take it,
So now
because
you gotta know
we're
your
saying
audience.
we're empowered and I'm secure, I'm confident. Not everybody's
No,
confident.
you got to know your audience.
Okay, Macy's has a very wide audience.
Yeah, and they can't.
Most
know
of
them
which are moms.
all. Yeah.
But you got a lot of women who think it's funny watching this video right now.
Tank said, you're banned. You're getting
You can't
banned.
ban me from my show. You can't ban me from my show.
Put his finger over your face. And just,
I know.
But okay, how about this one? Dr. Rydell in a live show today. I asked him what's funny in the Bible. And he told a story about Jesus talking about the leaven of the Pharisees. And they're like, oh, but we didn't bring any bread. Wasn't that a joke about the Pharisees?
They're not here.
Weren't they laughing at the... No, but in that context, weren't they the target of a joke?
yeah.
So Jesus did it. So
I see.
somehow we can laugh at people.
But you agree you have to know your audience.
Maybe that's one of the boundaries, right? Right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
It cannot be. No, we gotta empower people. We gotta
So
be
Carla said.
confident. It can't be that, because that's just not the case for people.
Myrna finally showed up. Where have you been?
Myrna, you just happy because you want her to have your back.
Late to the show.
Yeah. Lance says, I agree with Brian. Sometimes we need to relax. One of my jokes is, I say I'm a freelance writer. My name is Lance and I write for free. And people
That's good. That's good.
That's really good.
and people get offended by that, saying I have a low self-esteem. Know your audience.
Oh,
That's
please. No, that's
funny.
funny. I'm a
That's
freelance writer. My
funny.
name's Lance. That's funny. See, leave Lance alone, people.
Christy, wisdom in the house. Thank you, Jamie. Know your audience. Agree.
With me.
No, she agrees with me. You got to know your audience. No, it doesn't really matter. Christy says, words are powerful. We need to be aware of the words we're speaking over others. Having said that, yes, we each are responsible for our own emotions, and if something really hits you hard, then seek someone to help you process. And somebody said earlier on the show, I can't be held responsible for the way people receive things. But I want to be able to go home and say, you know what, I'm mindful of people's feelings and I did the best I can. I'm still going to say things that are going to offend people. But we have to be mindful of, this may not be funny to certain people, or some people may be like struggling in this area.
Okay, so you went to an improv class and you had to do stand-up comedy at the Improv in Cleveland.
And there was one guy there that the teacher was like, you got to know your audience.
So what's the boundary? How did he define for you what's
The
funny
audience.
and what's not?
Know your audience. That was the main thing that came up. Know your audience. And then he mentioned, he's like, people that are, this is family friendly. Even though it was the improv, they were coming to support us. So that he was like, you could have 70, 80-year-olds sitting there, and or people that are from church coming to support. So he's like, you gotta be mindful of it. There's some jokes, like you guys said, about race or ethnicity. Those are funny in certain circles. In another circle, he said there have been people that have been like fired or never invited back because they didn't read the audience. Wow. So he was like, it's not what jokes you share, it's when you share them that tells how good you are in terms of that being a comedian. And
so logic dictates you don't laugh at this joke with your friend with an eating disorder or low body image.
The problem is you don't know if somebody has an eating disorder or a low body image.
So then isn't that
don't know.
But isn't that when repentance comes in and confession and apology? Right?
Yeah.
Because the Bible says that if your brother offends you, tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So isn't this how we create those boundaries? Is by being honest with each other. Someone goes, that really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
If you said that to me,
Right.
Janelle, I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Right.
I never meant to hurt you. You're my friend. Please forgive me.
And I get it. I don't want to sound like, because I don't, like, we're not oversensitive. It's just being mindful
But
Right.
I think
of people.
Yeah, but I think it's also, if you think of Macy's, like, who is their target? Their target is mothers.
Hello.
Like, I mean, a part of me kind of thinks, like, obviously people are easily offended, right? If I was Macy's, I'd probably look at that plate, and even if it's humorous in some ways, I'd be like, probably not a good idea.
Although I could make an equally valid argument. Our audience is moms, and you told me, get a group of moms together.
Yeah.
This is
I
funny.
thought about that too.
Yeah.
Maybe
You
they
could make both
thought,
arguments.
maybe they thought it's a bunch of women, right? Because you're at Macy's.
Can I bring up another double standard?
Another double standard. Go ahead.
Wow.
I know that it's difficult to find size perfect, but yet here I am. That was a joke. I'm skinny.
Yeah.
Always been skinny. Can't do anything about it. Genetically predisposed to skinniness. Okay?
Now we got to hear about his problem.
I think skinny is funny. People make skinny jokes. Somebody texted one to us. Skinny people don't need umbrellas because they could just walk under the power lines. See, it's funny. It's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Why is it funny?
You thought it was funny. You said it was funny.
Why is it okay for me and everybody else to laugh at me being skinny? Like, oh, Brian, turn sideways. Where did you go? We can do that, but this is not funny. Skinny's funny. Like, I'm not saying like healthy. I'm saying you're too thin. I mean, people tell me, you're too skinny. So why is that okay and this is not okay?
I would say
Both are bad.
because you don't typically hear about skinny people who are very concerned with their body type and they want to be bigger. They want to change their body type. On the other end, you always hear about heavy people wanting to change their body type to be skinnier.
Sure.
And so maybe that's part of it, that skinny people are content.
But see,
That makes them better.
And
But see, what's
Tamar
interesting-
says, let folks know what offends you, Brian, and stop being passive.
that's what I said.
But
agreed
I
with
don't
me.
think, yeah,
She's agreed with me. Thank you. But no, what I'm trying to say, I actually am self-conscious about it. I'd prefer to gain weight. And my shake every morning, I put protein powder. This is like 1,000-calorie shake because I don't want to lose weight. I want to try to maintain it. I'm self-conscious about it.
Yes.
But I'm also a kind of guy who can go, look, I get it. I'm skinnier than the average guy. And we can laugh about this.
But
together.
I know people who are very close to me, several, who are in your position and they don't get it, and it is offensive. So it's again of not assuming. Because I do that too. Before I knew these people, I would say, who has a problem being skinny? Of course it's funny. You know, and then I find out, oh my goodness, like there are actually people. So just knowing the joke isn't going to be funny to everybody. Any joke.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something. So Carrie says we do need to relax and the plate is no big deal. I do agree in this age, this is the age of being offended, but some people have been verbally abused about body imperfections, skinny, fat, or anything else. Saying mean things that hurt them is not a definition of humor.
Yeah. Mean things said to offend people, clearly sinful. It's not loving your neighbor.
Yeah.
But I can be with friends and we can, like guys can rip on each other in love and receive it that way. Right, Ron?
Arlene, yes. I had a friend
You
who was skinny and she struggled being skinny. Tank says the same thing. He's worked with people that really struggle being skinny. I think body issues, like,
But here's the deal. Our society's so concerned about body image that we ban this. But we still think it's funny to laugh at skinny people. You can't make fun of mom, but dad's a joke.
yeah.
There's huge double standards out there. So I think the easiest solution is everybody ought to calm down, especially moms. Oh, just kidding. Moms, you're great. Don't calm down at all. You're the best.
Yeah.
Especially my mom and my wife. You're fabulous.
Michelle says skinny jeans are hideous.
Especially skinny jeans on skinny people. That can be a bit awkward.
Gosh. And again, that's relative.
It's
'cause
hard
some
being
people
skinny.
love
Let
skinny
me just tell
jeans.
you, being skinny, you go to watch your kids' sporting event at this football stadium on those metal benches, I got no padding. It's very uncomfortable. Camping, laying on the ground when you've got zero padding, very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's hard being me.
Oh my goodness, please.
Do you think it's hard being me?
Oh.
Oh boy. Well, nonetheless, we've had a great time chatting with you about this viral news story.
Yeah, guys.
Interesting thing to discuss on your own, though, the boundaries of humor for the Christian. Humor is clearly permissible, but what are those boundaries?
Yeah.
Continue that discussion here. Thanks for joining us. Please, again, go easy on me. Please don't.
No, you
try to
don't
share
know.
this.
No, there are no rules up in here. No.
Please don't share this and say that's and Brian and the plates, or the plates and Brian. Please just go easy on me. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Right? Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
6
Bye,
a.m.
guys.
till 9 a.m.
Tanks, you're still out of Team Brian. You're out.
Oh.